Got my, I guess, my tournament ticket back. I did actually record that one, but I feel I'm going to delete it. Um, I think I'm going to delete it, and I'm gonna post a screenshot of it, just in case you think I'm lying to you guys. But um, but I played. I got second, and um, the bullshit started. And within the video, I pointed out that it looks like it's gonna be the first um the method before it even happened. I called it out. I was like, it looks like it's gonna be the method of I'm winning the first five out of the two, and then after that, lose until the end, and I come back and play. And I mentioned it all. Looks like they got a 10. I mean, not a 10, but a king. They got a king. I'm not going to tell you why I call that. I'm not going to tell you guys why I call that. Just like I've seen one previous hand. This one just started two. There's already a hand played before I came back to the table because I didn't know the tournament started. I'm gonna overbet. There we go, baby. There we go. Yes, I'm taking my frustration out on these freaking donkeys, man. I'm so tired of these. I want to make sure I get what I've been working on, um, because again, I play a lot bigger games in cash, and what I've been working on is I know this is right now I'm doing tournament, but it is still allowing me to work on it for my cash play, but getting value. But I had a hard time with getting value, and it always seemed like they would get value off on me, but I could barely in return. So that's what I've been working on. Just getting value, betting, loosening up a little bit. Now, I feel they have a six or at least a queen. They could even have a flush draw. So I do want to bet. If I do, I am going to bet. I'm going to bet small though. All right. So that means we give up. Oh, they had a queen. They had one of them. But even if I would have bet larger, they don't fold on. They don't fold. But anyways, yeah, getting value and just gambling a little bit. This is very familiar. This is so familiar. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to post that video. Yeah, I didn't want to, but I think I'm gonna have to post it so you guys can see. Call, call. There we go. This looks pretty good for their range. Looks pretty good for their range. Bet small so I can call. Cause I really want to see the river. And I want to see what you have in your hand. It still looks good for their range. I don't know if I should. We'll test the waters. We're gonna test the waters because again, we've been trying to work on getting value. If you have a six, you have a six. Damn it, couldn't see it. Yes, but look, I got to get value, man. I've been working on it. We ain't gonna get no value there though. Go ahead and fold that. Uh-oh, it looks like they're using the sit out method. Put a little tiny pressure. Yeah, I folded that. Yes, it was a re-raise, a small re-raise, but I folded it for a reason. And I'm gonna explain this reason. This is a time where they start trying to get me. Because in this tournament, at this point in time, I know it's a sit and go. I would actually play that hand. But I'm not gonna play it because I know it's gonna be a mean ass setup. Because the next thing I know, I'm at the top. I'm at the the top and winning the tournament. And all of a sudden, I'm just out of it, or coming in second or in third when I should have came in first. And it's, I don't know, man, it's just like the complete, like it. In order for me not to be insane, I can't keep doing the same thing expecting different results. So I have to do different things to expect different results. And that's what I'm working on as well. I'm going to call this. The reason is a lot of times when I don't call these hands, I win. I could lose, but we'll see. There we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You see, I'm learning this shit. Like I'm getting you. You guys think I'm crazy, but this is why I'm starting to record more and want to record more, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. You'll be like, "Oh, you got lucky." No, I explained to you what's gonna happen because I know it's gonna happen. Every time I'm put in that position, and it just happened. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the other video. I'm gonna have to show it to you. But every time I'm putting that, and it's not just the other video, it's all of the other times. Every time I'm put in a certain predicament or position like that, exactly like that, I fold when, but I would have won if I would have called. So that's why I called. I'm not calling because that was that was an okay hand, but for me, not really. That's nothing really to call. In that position, that's not really anything to call. That was a fold, but I just couldn't fold it. And I already said why. But this tournament almost played identical as the last one. I'm gonna show you guys. I did not want to I recorded. I was not gonna post it. That's why I started recording this one. But we're gonna show you guys. And let's see. Let's get a little timestamp here so you guys don't think I'm lying to you. Let's see if we can get one. So it's 4:40. This is the second one. The first one I came in second place. And it played almost the same exact. Even some of the same hands, the same things I'm calling out. I didn't record everything like I did with this one. I did actually pause it a few times. But majority of the hands are there. Majority of the hands are there. Ugh, how many chips do you have left? Okay, good. Okay. So I'm gonna pause it right here, and I'm gonna come right back within a few seconds so I can switch screens. I just got a free ticket. All right, so this was the first one. As you can see, the time is 4:41. So I'm not lying to you guys. This was the very first one before this one, and I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about here. Get to whatever this is. well, to a bunch of things, but this is the only thing I could find. So this is what I selected. So we're gonna give it a run. It is a sit and go, so it's a lot smaller than a regular tournament. So that's why I'm recording now. It actually just started like less than a minute ago. So I'll put it on pause until we really start seeing some action or something. All right. So speaking of action, just to... All right. So as you can see, the tournament I just recorded, which is the second one, is playing almost like the first one. You remember, I flopped the flush with Jack High. Well, holding within my hand, I had Jack High, but I have a straight flush draw. Well, I'll show it. A few hands later, this is what we. Not even a few hands later. I'm sorry. The next hand. Not even a few hands later. So we're gonna see what's gonna go down here. Look at this. Look at this. Ugh. And like I said, I've been working on getting value no matter what. Taking my balls and slapping people in the face with them. That's what I've been practicing on. Not literally, but yeah. I know, I know. And just the reason is, again, just getting value because over the time, I've noticed that that's my weak spot is getting value a lot of the times. Um, I mean, sometimes if I'm playing in these big games, I can win, anywhere from 15, 20,000. When I look back, I tell myself like there's so many spots like I regret. Like I look back and I regret, and I don't like regretting. There's a lot of things in life that I don't regret because I usually just go for it. Um, and that's like opportunities and so forth and so on. So if I live that way, I can't. I gotta adapt my life to playing poker that way as well. I don't want to look back and regret and be like, oh man, I could have gotten value here or I shouldn't have done that. I know it's gonna happen, but I want it to happen a lot less. So again, I've just been working on getting value because instead of like my last few cash game sessions, the first one I cashed out like 8,000, which I could have left with a lot more. And I'll say within the last 2 months. So 8,000. Another one was 8,000. Another one was 5,000. So when I started working, on my game, trying to get more value, extracting more value, betting, and actually trying to get back to really playing some poker, um, because my game did. I don't. I had to admit it. My game has changed a little bit in person because of online. And online is just it's rigged out the ass, man. If you would have asked me this anywhere from like 6, 7 years ago or something like that, you would have. I was that guy that was no. Online poker is safe. That's why I play it. I love it. Yes, I trust myself loading a whole bunch of money on there and playing. But now I can't. I can't. That's not me. But yeah, getting value, that's what I've been working on. Um, that's what I've been trying to accomplish, and I have. And what I was gonna say before, what I was gonna say a few seconds ago is, I told you some of my last few sessions of actual cash games. Nothing else but just cash games. So my very two last sessions, me trying to get value, um, and working on that, instead of me leaving with 8,000, 5,000, 4,000, whatever, I left with 12, because again I'm working on getting value. And my next session following that, it was a roller coaster. It was up and down because I value on myself sometimes, um, a few times, but in the end, I wound up leaving with, I think it was like 17-3 or something like that. So no, I know, I know. I just had to see. Okay. Just in case, I didn't want to be mad at myself. Just and that's what I'm talking about right there. I do not want to be mad at myself. Like, damn, I could have gotten a little bit more. I always tell myself, Yeah, I'm not greedy, but sometimes I do need to be greedy when it comes to this. I felt I was gonna probably get screwed, but hey, this is my first time playing in like 2 weeks, so 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. All right, so this is the next hand. I'm gonna go ahead and pop it up. All right, all right. I'm gonna play it cautious. And this is the time where I realize what's gonna happen. It's gonna give me that pattern of winning the first five, and then I just gotta sit out. I mean the first two out of the first five. Is I guess I'll just leave a recording for now. But that was, you know what I said? You know that old pattern that I mentioned in a previous video where they would allow me to win 2 out of the first 5 or 2 out of the first 5 or something. Damn. It'll come back to me later on. But I think this is it because this was like the 6th or 7th hand. This particular hand was the 6th or 7th hand of the tournament. Because we just started. And so I won 2 out of the first 5. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen from here. I'm gonna keep that pattern in my mind right now because that's what it seems. That's what seems like it's gonna happen. So from here on out, I'm gonna have to sit out. And again, it's gonna come up. But I'm not Rain Man. I'm no freaking super genius. But again, my mind works on patterns, um, rhythms, things like that. It's weird, and that's you're gonna hear me say things, and then on the second one you're gonna see me doing it, or I guess the first video because it's in reverse. The second video is gonna show first, and the first video is gonna show second. But again, I notice these patterns, and you guys think like okay. A lot of you do know what I'm talking about. Some of you do agree, but then we also have the trolls, and then we have the stupid people, and then we have these whatever they are. They come on, but I don't care because I know what I'm talking about. Like that's how I'm seeing this stuff within my head, and I just have to apply it to my game. Like I know the patterns, I know what's usually gonna happen, and that's not how. If it's truly random, that's not what should happen. I should not be able to see patterns within the game to know when to play and when not to play. It shouldn't happen. Till I see myself win like a big hand, even though I didn't. If I don't play it, even though it's a big hand and I win, then I'll jump back into the swing. But there's certain things that gotta occur for me to get back in. You guys might think some of you guys might think I'm crazy, but to be honest, I give zero flying fucks because I know what the hell I'm talking about. It happens way too much for it to be a coincidence, and it happens way too often to be a coincidence. I really want to play this hand, but I'm gonna fold it. I like little hands like that, but I'm gonna fold it for now. All right, so I'm gonna pause it for now and then come back. I do want to watch something on here. Let's go ahead and pause. All right, so I'm just gonna come back to you guys and play. But if I'm not mistaken, I've played against this 3-3-3-4-4-4 person before, and I think I did. I think I'm gonna have to go back in my notes to look. But they're sitting now, and the last time I believe I played with them, or I think I know. No, so I paused and sort of skipped over a little. I know sometimes that can play into a strategy where you sit out and you sit out and you just let people sort of lose and lose and lose and fight, and then at the end, you're not playing anything. But uh, I just it's just something about the counts that do that sometimes. It's just so they just seem so fishy and off. Because I remember that has happened to me before, where a player did that, and but after I lost, I stayed and I watched them play, and they were just one player with the player that was sitting out was just folding and folding to the other um person's bet. All right, so what I'm saying here, because I didn't explain it right, I know you guys not gonna see the full. Well, you are gonna see. I am showing the full video of the first video, but what I was trying to explain here is, um, basically chip dumping. The players sat out all the way until the end. Once I lost, I guess they thought I left the table, and so they continued to play. But the one player that sat out, they came back. They came back. They were playing, but they were fold. The other player would raise and they would just fold, raise and then fold. So he was basically stealing and taking the blinds, and not one hand did they play. That went on until the end. It was a sit and go, and it was a cash sit and go. So that's what I was talking there. So I'm gonna actually skip some. So which is blinding them out. I don't really think much happens through. Yeah, not much really happens on this end. So we're in the money basically, though. It's I think it's the first three. We don't get paid money. You just get like damn. Yeah, I think I need to raise here. I think I'm gonna over raise. Like, this player has not played one single hand, but they're still in it. Okay, hopefully this means. And here it is. This is what I'm talking about. Now, what you've seen during my live recording of the second is what I'm talking about. That's why I called Jack 9 suited. Not because it's a great hand. Not because not yeah, that's basically it. Not because it's a great hand. I sat there and I explained it to you. It's the position that I'm put in. It's every time something like this happens, I would have won if I just call. And it has to line up it has to line up perfectly. And it did. And I knew I was gonna win it. That's why I called it. I called it before I even called it. But just look, this is why I called it. And it's not just because it's one time. This has happened to me thousands of times. I can't even say hundreds. I'm gonna have to say thousands of times because every time I play multiple times, this happens. And again, I'm working on not regretting nothing within poker anymore. They're about to be out. Why would you, man? If you lose this, I'm gonna be mad. Ace deuce. Fucking dipshit. I should have just called. See? That's what I'm talking about. So I went ahead and ended that right then and there. And if I would have ended it right then and there, then I would have won. But long story short, I came in second. And is there any more hands? Yeah. No, there's not really much more to show. I don't want to bore you guys to death, but yeah, I get a draw. I know it's a draw. I know I should have folded, but I didn't fold. But basically, just you know what? I'm gonna show you guys. I'll show you because this is where they started just runner every hand, runner. Well, two hands before this, or a hand before this. Yes, I could have folded. I should have folded. I know my mistake there. You see that shit? Now, granted, I didn't have the best hand. I understand, but that's the fucking bullshit that I'm talking about. Look at that shit. Look at that. That's the same. That's the shit that I'm talking about. Yes, yeah. So I'm going a little rant there, but um, I was really gonna delete this video because I just didn't. There wasn't a lot there for me to really show. But then when I won my ticket, my free ticket back because I told you guys I got a welcome bonus. I keep getting these welcome bonuses like multiple a month. It's like when I was actually planning on the site, loading thousands, withdrawing thousands, and things are happening like me being cheated out of the money and all this other stuff. They wouldn't give me anything, but all of a sudden with years later of not loading any more money, playing very small, cashing, saving up, cashing out, and then doing it all over again with free rolls and stuff like. They're just giving me free stuff. So you see, it shows here I took second place in this one. The first one I took, the first one I took second place. The second place I took, the second one I took first place. But I mean, I just it's just the parallels. I just wanted to show you guys because it was I was calling things. I knew it was gonna happen, and things just started falling into place where I can actually try to show and try to explain. And hopefully, I explain some of the things. The main point was why I call that Jack 9, and I even explained it before I even called it. And then you guys see it happen within the first video where if I would have called, I would have won. But I know it would have been, and it was just a small little raise. I know they would have probably bet on the flop, but with that type of flop, I would have probably called. With that type of turn, you know, but yeah, whatever.